Welcome in. I'm Rob Bro. It is the Rob Bro Show. How y'all doing? Hey, Barry Trammel has spoken. Barry Trammel has not said much about conference realignment or anything else. He's an Oklahoma guy. What does he care? He's writing about Oklahoma. He's writing about the Sooners after they said they were going to leave 2 years ago. Why in the world say anything else? But his Big 12 sources have spoken, according to him. Earlier today, published this afternoon on the 23rd of May, Colorado joined the Big Seven Conference in 1948 and stayed through its various iterations for 62 years. Could the Buffaloes be coming back? He says a Big 12 source told me, that's Barry Trammel, last week, that Colorado is ready to commit to joining the Big 12, quote unquote, soon. This coming on the heels of everyone in the Pac-12 being poor. Colorado is an absolute shambles financially. Other schools in the Pac-12, Washington State has a hiring freeze. They've put everything on freeze. You can't travel on the university's dime. Everything is paused. I'm sure other schools are dealing with it in different ways. They're in big trouble, and they still owe $50 million that they overpaid in the Pac-12 network that they have to give back to somebody. Now, have we heard this in 6 different ways in the last 6 months? Yes. Even more than 6 different ways. Have we heard that Colorado could be the first? Yes, we've heard it several times. In fact, last Memorial Day, we were talking about Arizona and Colorado and the Four Corner schools maybe coming to the Big 12. It's been a full year, and they have not updated that at all. Or have they? Barry Trammel goes on to say the New York Post reported that ESPN and the Pac-12 are having no substantive talks about extending the league's television contract, which expires in this summer or next summer, 2024. ESPN's not coming to bail them out. ESPN allegedly is going to sell, Disney's going to sell ESPN allegedly, or at least that's what the radio circles are talking about. Because if ESPN gets shopped and sold, they're just going to tank ESPN radio. And if all of that happens, what is ESPN paying for? They already turned down the Big Ten. Why would they go to the Pac-12? They already have the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 locked up for a certain amount of time. Why would they add the Pac-12? Especially if you're ESPN. People talk about the ACC, okay? When the ACC, why would ESPN want to pay them more when they could have them for a cheaper amount? But that's not the same conversation as the Pac-12, because in the Pac-12 world, why would you pay for 10 when you could only pay for 4? That's cheaper. It's cheaper to pay for 2 or 4 Pac-12 schools instead of all 10. And you could do that if you just bring 4 to the Big 12. ESPN working smarter, not harder. Colorado this summer, when they hired Deion Sanders, the AD said, we don't have the money to pay the contract now, but we will. And he thought a TV contract, I'm sure, was coming to the Pac-12, or he knew all along that he was going to go to the Big 12. And that's got to happen sooner rather than later, or they are going to be up a creek without a paddle and no money to buy one. And Deion Sanders is going to be gone sooner than he got there because they just can't flat out pay him. Now, let's say Colorado makes the move. Let's say Barry Trammel is correct. Arizona is right behind him. Barry Trammel mentions the four corner schools. I still don't think Utah's coming. I don't think Utah wants to come. I don't think Utah needs to come. Colorado needs to come. Arizona wants to come. I think Arizona State will follow Arizona. Who the fourth school is, I don't know. I really don't care. As long as Arizona is involved, I'm happy. But think about what that provides to the current Big 12. It provides a window of financial stability because you get into that night market. You can play games from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Central. West Virginia, UCF, all the Central League teams, Central Time Zone teams, they all play at 11 a.m. And you could play all the way through the Mountain Time Zone at 8 or 9 and be running all day long. The Big Ten can do that next year, but they can only do it with two schools. You'll have 4 or 5 that you can do it with the Mountain West Conference. Mountain West Time Zone. Mountain West Conference. Yeah, right, Mountain West. So it bolsters your TV availability. It bolsters the finances of those universities. It's a win-win. It hasn't always been a win-win, but it truly is a win-win for Colorado and Arizona. Colorado and Arizona make the Big 12 better. The Big 12 makes Colorado and Arizona better. And I don't know that you can say that for every Pac-12 school both ways. I don't know that the Big 12 helps every Pac-12 school, and I certainly don't think every Pac-12 school helps the Big 12. But it is fascinating that you finally are getting somebody who has not just been in the discourse like Wilner, like a Stewie Mandel, like Brett McMurphy. I mean, all these guys have been using the same sources for 2 years, and they've been wrong every damn time. Barry Trammel hasn't been wrong yet. And I don't remember any big news from Barry Trammel. But here he is, Colorado. Now, we heard, I said this earlier, but we did hear that there was going to be movement, some kind of movement last Memorial Day. Maybe they were just a year off. All right. Drop in the comments if you think Colorado will be first. Will it happen before the end of June? Yes or no? Comment away. And as always, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you like the content, follow along. We'll be streaming Sunday night, talking about Big 12 baseball, the Big 12 baseball tournament. And by we, I mean the Gambling Gauchos. Wednesday morning, Friday afternoon, Monday morning, Rob Bro Show live right here on this channel. We'll see you then.